names like Hikaru, and of course, we need to follow Arjun Erigaisi, who has already been playing a classical chess game today and is now playing in Titled Tuesday. How difficult do you guys think it is to make that transition?
Yeah, I think it can be tricky, especially if you're so locked in and things are going quite well in the classical. You just have this natural urge to think a bit more. But because Arjun has been struggling, at least by his high standards in Vaikanze, famously losing, for example, to 14-year-old Talent Adomush just a few days ago, I think it's going to be a nice change of pace. It's going to be refreshing for him. And yeah, of course, he's very quick, very good at blitz himself. So we'll see. Maybe this could be his week, and maybe he'll start going on a winning streak in Vaikanze afterwards.
And he is playing against a German FIDE master, Moeller, and he's obviously the favorite. Arjun Erigaisi here. It usually takes a couple of rounds before the very big names start facing off against each other, and here we see him as well.
Okay, so it wasn't your teacher, Mrs. Moeller, who...
Yeah, it could have been.
I was frightened for a second there that we'd have to start calling you Yoon again. It is FM Moeller from Germany.
But Arjun against Moeller. So there is some kind of connection here.
Arjun has gotten a good grip of the center, and he's keeping that time advantage, which I think in these first couple of games is so crucial, especially now that we just saw Alex Banzea having a very good situation against his opponent, but just because he was 10 seconds down. It's not like he was 30 seconds down, it was just 10 seconds. But those 10 seconds in the final phases of the game, they mean everything. And I think a lot of these good players in the early rounds, they don't necessarily kind of crush their opponents, but they always have that time edge so that if they mess up the situation on the board, they have that bailout, just being quicker and using that as a kind of reserve weapon.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's so important. We've seen it so many times. There have been players who've kind of failed to make that adjustment, having played Titled Tuesday for years. And as you mentioned, Alex Banzea, that position, what was it, 6 months ago, playing Titled Tuesday, he probably would have won. He had the 1 second increment, but we've taken that away, and it is tough now. All of the best players adapt. They have to. But yeah, time is so important in Titled Tuesday. In the meantime, it feels like Arjun has a very pleasant position, still with a nice bind on the center. The queen, though, was blocking black up on the queen side, and a trade offered, rejected. And yeah, long-term, black isn't doing so badly. There are some squares. White's bishop isn't the best piece. So yeah, it feels like Moeller is doing a great job of just staying in this game.
Yeah, and it's always interesting to see if they kind of seize the opportunity when they're playing against really good players and they know that they have a lot of eyes on their game. I'm also thinking about this for Bynum, like the fact that you're playing against Magnus in the first round and you know the chess world is watching. It must be so awesome to have that moment kind of eternalized through being on this broadcast, and it's going to be in social media. It's going to be funny.
He's going to be dining out on just that video clip alone for the next 10 years for sure. Wow, yeah. Maybe we need to start making a course or a book about Magnus's brilliant checkmates or the checkmates against him. There have been a few now. You tend to need to do something special to beat Magnus, and apparently it's queen sacrifices or en passants.
Yeah.
That's his kryptonite. In the meantime, much better for Arjun Erigaisi, building up the pressure in the center.
I kind of like making a lot of trades now and sacrificing a pawn to ruining the pawn structure for the German. The problem is, after that pawn sacrifice, David is highlighting, you're trading off so many pieces and you're giving black control of the only open file. Ooh, so he does it in a better way.
Very, very clever. And this fork is going to win back the rook now with interest, leaving black with so many weaknesses. Doubled, isolated pawns everywhere. And it's very important that a rook hit on the white queen would have been met by a capture, and both queens would have been hanging. So now it's just positional.
Yeah, so this is kind of what I was looking for. The problem was I was getting it being down a pawn, but the way Arjun executed it, he's equal on material, and now he's eyeing that pawn in the center, and there's just no way for black to keep it defended.
Oh, that was beautiful technique. transforming advantages is one of the most important things in chess. Everyone can build up a decent position from time to time, but to win it takes something special sometimes in its tactics. Now, with that little sequence has won him a pawn, and more to come. The black bishop is just really bad here.
There's also back rank checkmates looming.
Exactly. If the black bishop's ever kicked away, the king is helpless. The white knight is just glorious in the center now. It's going to win Arjun the game.
I was wondering if Arjun maybe would it tire him out a little bit to play a classical game, then play this tournament, and have to play again tomorrow, but maybe if he does very well today, it can be very uplifting to kind of bring some good experiences with himself into the next rounds and the final rounds of the Tata Steel tournament.
Yeah, conventional wisdom says that playing blitz during a classical tournament
Yeah.
it's a form breaker. If you're playing well, don't touch the blitz. Don't ruin your form. If you're playing badly, maybe it's good to just get the frustration out. And Arjun was 2 pawns up temporarily, back to 1 pawn. But yeah, that bishop again, so bad. And there will be another pawn up for grabs in the middle very shortly. Or a pin on that black bishop. How to win it, though. The black king is coming out.
That's how.
That's how.
Wow.
Breaking the connection between the black rook and bishop. Arjun